Well, it is about that time. I figured I should probably do some Spiral Abyss today, because it has been a hot minute since I've last done any form of Abyss on this account. At least I think it has been, I don't really remember. I also want to try to finalize some teams, make sure everyone is fully built. That is kind of the main reason I'm doing this, and then we can try out Abyss after that. So I've had a look at the enemies in the Abyss. It is not very fun. But we are definitely not going to want any form of Hydro on the first half, because we have the Hydro Tulipa, Hydro thingy, whatever it's called, first half. And then we have the really, really tanky Hydro ball things that I can't remember the name of either. We have those on the last side. So I was thinking of something along the lines of this for the first half. Yes, there is Hydro here with Siegeween, but that is just for healing, because otherwise no one is going to have any form of healing and we will probably die. Also, Siegeween on here enables Bloom Cores, so we can maybe even do some Burgeons or whatever that reaction's called. And then Risley, because there is Hydro enemies, so he will probably work, I guess. I don't really know, but he's kind of built. So that's sort of what I'm looking at for the first half. I think that's going to be our best bet. I could throw Chlorandi in here, but she is not very well built and doesn't do a ton of damage. So I think that's our best team for the first half, and then this will be our second half team. I'm going to say I think it should work pretty well. So we need to go get some stuff sorted for these characters. I don't think we need to do that much. I mean, Lynette is still level 80, so I could possibly try to get her to level 90. But we don't have many resources, and I don't really need her at level 90. She's just kind of here to hold Viridescent, and that's about it. I have said numerous times I'm going to build her once I get her to C6. So we're only 3 away, so once we get her, then I will build Lynette properly. For the time being, she is fine. She is running for Favonius. I should probably put her on a slightly higher leveled weapon, but we do not have that. So I could probably get that leveled up, not a problem. I will have a look at that in a second. Artifacts for her shouldn't be that bad. Apparently we haven't leveled any up, which is a small problem. But we just want Viridescent. The stats do not really matter. We are just wanting Viridescent so she can do Viridescent things. Okay, it's not great, but there is a solid flower. The feather, I'm going to say that looks nicer. And ER is kind of good for us here. Crits and attack and whatever are fine. But I would like to see some more energy recharge, because obviously she will be using her burst somewhat regularly. So energy recharge, thank you very much, will be pretty good. And I'm going to say we'll go with energy recharge as well for the sands. I'd say animo damage for the goblet, and then just crit or whatever we want for the circlet. That looks fine. She can just stay on that. We can use this off-piece animo damage. Yes, it is not that good, but whatever. It's animo damage and it has crit rate, so yeah, I guess it'll do. And then finally, we will level up this energy recharge piece. Not the greatest build, but there is a build for Lynette. It will do for the time being. Talent-wise, I should probably have a look at her talents because they aren't incredible. We will just kind of go to where we can, which is not going to be very much. We don't need a normal attack, at least for now, so I'm just going to look at her burst and skill. And they're both at level 6. I do need to save these for other characters, so I think that will be fine. So apart from her weapon, which I will go level up really quick, we shouldn't need to do anything else with Lynette. So next up on the team is Charlotte. I don't really know what I want to do with her, but if we just go through her stuff, she is level 90. I'm using her on Eye of Perception, which I could probably swap out for something else, but nothing else is really leveled up, and I don't really have the means to level anything up. I could throw her on Favonius if I wanted, but I think for the time being, just because it's easy, Eye of Perception will work. Let me know if there is a better option. I think I may remember someone saying that Eye of Perception is not great, but I'm not too sure. It's the only leveled up weapon, and I don't have a ton of time to level anything else up and go farm for stuff, so it'll work for now. Artifact-wise, she is on Song of Days Past, and a two-piece apparently. Yeah, I'm pretty sure full Song of Days Past will be the best. And I'm pretty sure the only reason I didn't do that last time is because I didn't have a good full set of it. But I have been doing quite a bit of farming, so I should be able to just throw her onto a nice Song of Days Past set, sitting her at just shy of 2,000 attack, 26 to 92, 168 ER. Yeah, it's not bad. It'll do. It will certainly do. She is C6, which is good. I don't remember what C6 does, but it probably does something good. Talent-wise, she is already at level 9 on the burst and level, what's that, 6 on the skill. She doesn't really need the skill, so I'm going to say that's fine for talents. So there is Charlotte done. Next we move on to Nouvelette. He is fine. I shouldn't need to do any work to him at all. C1. He is at 868. So I could actually probably get these talents up a little bit higher. I do have a couple of these, and dailies reset, or they should have reset 4 minutes ago. I should be able to go farm this again because it's a new week. And then artifacts should also not be a problem. Yeah, no, these pieces do look pretty good. He has a lovely 36,000 HP, just over 1,000 attack, 48 to 292. And that 48 will go up with this. It'll go up to almost 100, I think, or just shy of 100. So Nouvelette is basically done as he always is. We could probably get his talents up a little bit higher, so I'll have a look at that in a second. And then last up is Farina, who also is pretty well built. She is running Favonius on a pretty solid golden troop set. It is a double HP crit damage. I'm sure there is probably a better way. I don't know if triple HP is better than double crit, but it is good for now. She is C0 and talents are 299. Don't need her normal attack, so Farina is done as well. So next, let's move on to my other team, and we'll see what we need to do over here. Emily is the first character. I have the Primordial Jade Wing Spear on her, which I do definitely need to level up. So let's quickly see how far we can go with this. I'm pretty sure this is going to be our best option for now. We don't have any of them, so we need to go farm them. Okay, nice. But out of our options, this one's, big attack, which is nice for Emily, but the passive is kind of bad. Favonius is always a good option. This one could work. Yeah, there are some options. I'm pretty sure Primordial will be the best, plus it suits her the best. Otherwise, she is also C0 and talents are 278. I have a ton of these, so I can go farm these, and we could probably get her talents up a little bit higher as well. And then in terms of artifacts, she has the Unfinished Reverie, and this should also be pretty decent, I'd imagine. Except I do have better pieces for some reason that just aren't on her, so I probably should swap her to pieces that are better. That one is fine. That one is also fine. Attack percent there. She's running Dendro damage there, and then a nice off-piece crit rate there. Possibly could go crit damage, seeing as we are running a crit rate weapon. And we have 73% crit rate at the moment. So I'll see what crit rate we have when we get this weapon up to level 90. And I might swap this to crit damage, but for the moment, that is fine. Moving on to Risley now. Again, leveled up with level 90 Widsith. He is C0 as well, 886. So I could probably level these up, but it is not essential. It will depend if I have any of these left over. And then finally, artifacts should again not be a problem, because we should have some pretty decent pieces lying around on Risley at the moment. Cryo damage there, attack percent there, crit rate there. Yes, this is not a good cryo damage, but it's the best I have. Next up, Siege Queen. Talents are fine. We could possibly level up her burst a little bit, but it will do. She is C0. Artifacts are half decent. She is on Song of Days Pass as well. Same with Charlotte, she is running the triple HP, and it's all pretty solid builds from her. She is on the recurve bow because HP percent, as you can see, with the lovely 50,000 HP on my Siege Queen, running a incredible crit ratio and 140 ER. And then finally we have Lenny, who has his signature weapon running, obviously, the Marichose set, which is half decent. Ignore this piece. Pyro damage is not a thing we have a lot of right now. And then a decent crit damage circlet there. He does have crit damage on his weapon as well, but this gives him crit rate. He is C0 as well, and then has 989 on talents, so could possibly level this up, but I think Risley needs these as well, and he's the main priority, so it'll do for Lenny. Lovely, 50 to 277. That 50 goes up to 86, which is good enough. Those are the characters checked over. Let's go quickly farm the things I need to farm, and then we will get everything leveled up and go try out Abyss. So I think the first thing I'm going to farm today, because I need to do it anyway, is going to be the weekly bosses. And then I have done most of the crafting I need to do at the moment. I would really like it if they could add a thing in the crafting table where it can like stack. So like you can say, hey, the burst is at level 8 at the moment. I want to get it to 9. The skill is also at level 8 and I want to get that to 9 as well. So how many resources it would take for both of them? Because at the moment you only can sort of do it one at a time. So I can't just craft up everything I need. I sort of need to go, okay, there's everything for the burst. Let's level that up. And now we have everything for the skill. Let's go level that up. Rather than just like combining it together and being able to do it in one go, which would have been really, really nice. So the next thing we have to farm is Lynette's weapon stuff. We need to go farm the hilly shells. Oh, wait, yes, I forgot about something. If we go in here, we have 12 standard banner pools. So let's just quickly do this. Maybe we get a Lynette. That would be nice. You are not usable. Okay. You are also not usable, but you are new, so I'll take it. Let me go grab my free pull. We got a Rosaria. Unfortunately, that is a constellation, so not usable. And nothing else. But now let's get back to farming. We need to farm all of these hilly shells. So if we jump over to you now, go to your weapon. Boom, we should be able to bring this all the way up to level 90. And there we go. Boom, level 90. Easy peasy. There is Lynette done. Next up on the list was Nouvelette. We just had a couple of his talents that I wouldn't mind leveling up a little bit more. His charge attack is the most important with Nouvelette, so we'll get that one up to level 9. I will probably end up crowning it at some point, but for now, level 9 will be good. And while we're at it, we might as well get the skill up to level 7. I could go further, but I need more of them. And, I mean, I might be able to use some dream solvents to get some... How many dream solvents do I have? I have 6. Okay, I don't really want to, but I'll see what we have after we've dealt with other characters. But for now, 9, 7, 8 is good for Nuvi. On the topic of talents, we also have Risley's that I wouldn't mind leveling up a little bit, but I do need to get some of these for him. I think I will just get his burst up to level 7. And finally, that just leaves us with Emily. And I need to get her talents up quite a bit. So let's get this skill up to hopefully level 9. Yes, indeed. And this burst. So with a little bit more crafting, there we go. Now we should be able to get Emily's burst up to level 9 as well. So 299 is good. We don't really need to level up her normal attack because it is pretty well useless. Especially for the role I'm using her in, which is a very much off-field DPS. So that just leaves us with Emily's weapon that we need to work on. It shouldn't need too much stuff. I do need to farm those guys, and I will need to farm these. So let's go farm all of these, and then if I need, which I probably will, I'll go farm these because they are open today. And I have, I think, 5 condensed resin just saved up for farming today, so I should be able to easily get enough of them. Okay, so I've done all of the farming for Emily. Unfortunately, we will not be able to get her weapon all the way up to level 90 today. I probably should have been pre-farming for this a little bit, but I didn't. So I am now suffering the consequences of that because I will not be able to get this weapon very, very far at all. I will be able to get it to a whopping level 70, and that is about it. But hey, it is better than nothing. Crit ratio at the moment, 79 to 182. I mean, it's not incredible, but it will do for the time being. Obviously, I'd love to get this weapon up to level 90, but we just can't do that today. We do not have the resources. I've already farmed all of these, so I will have to try to remember to do that over the next coming days, and we can get Emily's weapon done. I know I've said that in every other video while I've worked on Emily that I was going to actually work on her weapon at some point, but I forgot every other one of those times. And this time is probably going to be the exact same. I'm going to go do Spiral Abyss and then completely forget about it, but whatever, that is fine. I will deal with it when I do another video and I need to actually level Emily's weapon up then. For the time being, it's fine. It will do. So, without further ado, this has already been a too long recording, but let's jump over to the Spiral Abyss and let's have a look at how this is going to go. This video is already kind of long, so I'm just going to skip over floor 10 and 11 because I don't think there is going to be any difficulties in either of these floors. So I will see you all back in just a second and we will get started in this horrible looking chamber. I don't even know if we'll be able to defeat this boss, but we'll have to see, I guess. Okay, so it is time to jump into floor 12 now. I was trying to do this all in one video, but it is a couple days later. I had to go get some ear surgery stuff done, which was fun. But we are back. It is, as I said, a couple days later. I do not have a lot of time for this, as usual. But we are going to run this and see how floor 12 can go. As you can see, I have changed up my teams, because I figured it's probably best, instead of using my weird scuff team with Linny and Siegebean or whatever, I should probably just use my good Risley Burnmelt team that has worked well in the past. And then because that team does require Lynette, I've just thrown Clorand into the Nouvelette team as a bit of a, I guess, burst swap DPS kind of character. I just have jumped to Clorand, throw out a burst, do a couple of her skills, and then swap back to other characters. I don't really know. She's sort of just the best character for there because Siegebean's not doing anything. We already have enough healing there, I'd say. Linny requires too much time on field, and Fremine and the Traveler aren't built, so Clorand will work. Now, I don't expect this to go too particularly well, but we are going to try our best. Most of these enemies are quite painful, so I don't expect to 3-star this, if I'm being honest. Yeah, now if we actually manage to 3-star this, I will be incredibly surprised. I also did go test something out between recordings. The boss on this side, the first half of the next chamber, it is going to be impossible to take down its weird shield phase thing, because we can't get up on the pillar things it spawns, and no ranged attacks work. So like bows don't work, Chevron doesn't work, nothing works. So it will also be pretty much impossible. Speaking of impossible to beat, this boss is, well, I think you can see how it is going. Yeah, we're losing 3 stars on the first half easily. There is no way we are getting 3 stars on this first half, because this boss is just too tanky and our team does not do any form of damage. I'm sure there is probably a better team I could use, so if you know of a better team, let me know. But yeah, there goes 3 stars on the first half, which is, well, we love to see that. I mean, I could definitely build these specific characters a little bit better, but seeing how poorly this is going, I don't think slightly better builds are saving us, if I'm being honest. I think I'm going to need a lot more than a couple better builds. And by that, I mean a Navia. I need a Navia is what I need. Which, I mean, she might be coming out next update. There is the special program in, I believe, 2 days from now. So we're going to hope we see Navia, because, actually, no, we're going to hope we don't see Navia, because Escoffa, whatever the frick her name is, Cryo Chef Girl, she's coming out, and we don't have pools for her and Navia. But seeing how Genshin has been releasing the Fontaine characters, we will most likely see Navia and Cryo Chef Girl releasing in the same version, probably even the same half of the same version. So I will have no pools for anyone. We have 3 months of no characters, and then all of the characters release in one go. Oh my god, Risley is on no HP. Lynette is definitely on no HP as well. She is completely dead, which is not great, but I mean, okay. Well, I don't think this is even remotely possible, like at all, because we have already lost 2 stars. We haven't even started, or we've just started the second half, and both Risley and Lynette are dead on the first half. I would have loved to do a little bit more, but I genuinely don't think this is going to be possible, just purely because this account is very Hydro DPS focused, and, well, this Abyss has a lot of Hydro resistant enemies. So I'm gonna just finish this with probably 0 stars. I really need to lower my expectations for these videos. Oh god, there goes Charlotte. Because every time I do one of these videos, they go, oh, we're gonna level characters up, it's gonna be good, we're gonna 36-star the Abyss. And every time I do one of these videos, this happens, where I lose all the stars, and I'm just basically completing it, and there's no point in even completing it now, because I'm not making any progress. I've already done more stars than this in the past. So, frick it, I'm leaving. And I genuinely don't think I could do any better than that, which is the saddest bit. Like, this boss right here, quite literally impossible in this account, because our strongest characters are all Hydro, and all the other characters, well, they're not very well built, nor do they have a good team to function well. This side could be possible if we could clear the first side. This wouldn't have been a problem, I don't think. I think it should have been fine. That boss there, though, is literally impossible as well. And then this side, also, these 3 might not be too bad. This consecrated horned crocodile may have been a problem, same with the Vishaps. But again, these 2 enemies with like too much HP were going to be the main problem. And that's just because I don't have a good team that doesn't include Hydro. Because realistically, this team here with, doesn't really matter what the 4 slot is, that team works great. Risley works, he's a good DPS, same with Linny, same with Emily. But we don't have any characters that work well with them. The only team that somewhat works is Risley, Emily, Chevron, and Lynette, which is the one I just did in Abyss then. But even then, it is not very good, I must say. And that's just kind of the problem with this account. We have a bunch of good characters that are quite strong if you have actual teams for them, which we don't have. Because if I could like throw in, say, a Sucrose or a, you know, a Xing Cho, Bennett, Shang Ling, you know, not Fontaine characters, we could actually have some probably good teams. But this is our only good team. And especially against Hydra enemies, that is not going to work very well. So yeah, I would love to have done something else more with Abyss. We did get a bunch of progress with the characters, like all of these guys, Sijuin, Risley, like everyone here has work on all their talents. Like they are pretty well maxed out. I think the only thing we are missing is a couple levels on Emily's weapon. So like we did get a bunch of leveling up progress done, which is good, but this Abyss is probably one of the worst for this account because of the amount of Hydra enemies it has. But with that all being said, that is all I can do for today. I'd love to do more, but unfortunately, Abyss is crappy as usual. So, with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you liked this video, go check out the last time we did some building and Abyss and those kinds of stuff on this account. And with that being said, I will see you all next time. Good. Bye.